My name's Kuin Hachisuka. I work part-time as a villain. My quirk is Queen Bee. My little worker bees are swarming with nasty chemicals. And I'm gonna use them to set this town abuzz!
Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Reggie here, back with you for another video. Welcome back to the House of Animation, where we have discussions and reviews about our favorite anime and cartoons. And ever since my video of the new My Hero Academia spin-off Vigilantes, you guys have been messaging me non-stop to do some more Powers Explained videos for some of the other characters in here. So for this video, I'm gonna be going through the powers of the main villain for the first arc of Vigilantes, Kuin Hachisuka, and her quirk, Queen Bee. So before we get into that, please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you like this type of content. And without any more waiting, let's drop the intro. So like I said in the intro, Kuin Hachisuka is the main villain for the first arc of Vigilantes. And for me to explain her backstory and her quirk, I'm gonna have to go into heavy spoiler territory. So this is your warning right now. I'm gonna have to go into spoilers to explain this character. Now, Kuin Hachisuka is a junior high student who actually works part-time as a villain for a villain organization that works on manufacturing the quirk drug called Trigger. Now, the villain organization is actually a front for All for One and the Doctor, who use Trigger to experiment on people's quirk factors. Now remember, Vigilantes takes place 5 years before the current story of My Hero Academia, so all of these experimentations with Trigger are precursors to the perfection of the Nomus and the Doctor experimenting on combining quirk factors. Now, the street drug Trigger is actually a drug that boosts people's quirks while simultaneously making them lose their sense of self and reason, basically making them go into a rampage. And Queen is the main supplier of this drug, and part of the way that she supplies the drug is by using her quirk Queen Bee. Now, Queen's quirk on face value seems pretty simple, but it's actually a little bit more intricate than we might think. Queen's quirk allows her to control a swarm of worker bees that she's able to manipulate and nest inside of her own body. Queen is able to telepathically manipulate the worker bees, and they all share a hive mind, meaning anything that the bees see or feel, she's able to see and feel as well. Now, this is a dope-ass quirk when it comes to spying and collecting information on your enemies. Now, these bees are unique because they're able to hold certain substances inside of their bodies and use their stingers as syringes to be able to inject people with those substances. Now, these substances that they're able to inject could be drugs, paralysis agents, poisons, but Queen mainly uses it to distribute Trigger on a mass scale. Now, one of the deadliest aspects of this quirk is that she's actually able to use the Queen Bee quirk to turn these bees into bombs. Now, later on in the story, we'll see these bees destroy the city by creating massive bombs with their bodies to be able to cause massive amounts of damage. Now, creating these bombs do in turn kill the bees, so it reduces her fighting potential. Now, to explain the most dangerous aspect of Queen Bee's quirk, I'm gonna have to go into massive spoiler territory. So again, this is your warning right here. Now, Kuin Hachisuka is not actually the real owner of the quirk Queen Bee. The quirk really stems from a parasitic bee-like creature that actually implants themselves inside of a host and takes control of their mind. See, Queen is actually a hostage, and the reason why Knuckle Duster wants to find her so bad is because it's his daughter. See, although the process was never fully explained, from what we know, it seems that the Queen finds a host, implants herself inside of the person's body by destroying their eye, and it seems like that person's quirk and body is somewhat overridden by Queen Bee, and now she's in control of it, and that person's quirk becomes Queen Bee. Queen Bee can not only control their host, they're also able to control other people by having the bees bees inject themselves into other people and controlling those people by controlling the bee. She's also able to temporarily use other people's quirk by injecting herself with a sample from someone else's blood. Now finally, the only way to stop the parasitic queen bee is two ways. Either one, destroying all of the worker bees within the hive, leaving her essentially defenseless, or two, if the brain functions of the host she's inhabiting stops, she's no longer able to telepathically control all of the worker bees within her swarm, and then they'll essentially just fly off and fly away from her. And then once her true body is removed from the host, she's again essentially defenseless. And that's pretty much it, everyone. That is the full description of Kuin Hachisuka and her quirk, Queen Bee. So comment below and let me know of what you think of the Queen Bee quirk, and let me know what you think of Vigilantes so far. But with that, I got nothing left for this video. So, peace.